Alright, so I was going around Dollar Tree just trying to find something to put together a meal. I came across these tater rounds. This was a 14-ounce package, and the patties were a 6-ounce package. So I grabbed the bag so that I would have more potatoes. Then they had the 6 dozen eggs, little 4-ounce cheeses. Went over and found some pancake mix. And that was just the buttermilk pancake mix. I don't remember what the ounceage was on that. Hold on, maybe I'll show myself. Oh, it looks like there was a different kind too. Anywho, I missed it. I don't know what ounceage it is, but it was fine and there was plenty in there. And then I was trying to find some sort of like meat to go with it. So the little links were 7 ounces and then this little chub was 7 ounces. And I thought it would be easier to use the little chub than to try to cut up the sausage links. So that's what I grabbed. So this is everything I picked up. I thawed the sausage and the tater tots so they're soft when I'm starting this video. I did not actually buy the eggs or the cheese because I did have some at home and I'm a big advocate of use what you have. So I didn't purchase those, but I'm only going to use about 1/4 of this block of cheese because that's the 4 ounces that it would have been. I'll only use 6 of my own eggs. I'll factor that into the price so that it'd be the same as if you went and bought that at Dollar Tree. This is what I'm starting with. I've got my little chub of sausage. I'm getting that cooking. Just throwing this in a pan. Didn't put any extra grease or anything in there because it had enough fat in that sausage. And I'm just making sure I get all of it out of there so that I'm not wasting anything. Take the eggs and crack those into a bowl. And so I'm just doing the 6 eggs. I was getting myself confused, so I had to I had to set the 6 eggs up so that I didn't miss one, because when I film these videos I always have like kids talking in my ear or whatever. Actually on this night I didn't, because it was like midnight when I was doing this and I was watching something on Apple TV called Lisey's Story. Does anybody watch that? Has anybody seen that? What a bizarre show, and it was hard to concentrate on it. So I didn't want to get thrown off with the eggs. That's what I'm talking about. So I had to put the 6 eggs together because this show is so bizarre. And I was trying to focus on that and do this. Anywho, I took the tater tots that I thawed and dumped them right in with the eggs. And alright, so I took my block of cheese and I shredded the whole thing up because I needed it shredded anyways. And then I got out my food scale just to make sure that I was only using the 4 ounces. I wanted to make sure I was true to what I would have bought if I grabbed the one at the Dollar Tree, and that was only a 4-ounce pack. So I mixed all those ingredients together. The sausage was done at this point, so I went and dumped the egg, potato, cheese mixture right in with the sausage so everything was together. Again, there was quite a bit of fat in the pan from the sausage, so I didn't have to add like any oil or butter or anything. Now I'm just going to whip up the pancakes. They're just out of a box. It's a complete mix. So all I had to do was add water. I'm just using the same bowl because I'm not about making extra dishes for myself, and I'm just doing them according to the package directions. Right around this time, the egg scramble was getting done. Everything whipped up really quick, so this worked out great. So I took the egg scramble. I set up 6 containers because I was doing this for a breakfast meal prep. And like I said earlier, it was like midnight or 2 o'clock or something when I was working on this. So everybody was asleep. But I have these 6 containers and I just got them set up, divided the egg scramble into 6 portions. I wiped this same pan out. I'm just using some of my butter spray to make the pancakes. So this pancake mix from the Dollar Tree, I'm not a big fan of, and I probably won't buy again. I think it was very thin and it was fine. They tasted fine, whatever, but it was just so thin and they were hard to flip. I don't know. It just wasn't my favorite. I could have used less water, and if I do buy it in the future, I'll probably use less water, but then I would have gotten less pancakes. But I divided these up into the container. I got 3 into most of the containers. I did make one that was pretty giant that I ripped in half. So I don't think that was that big of a deal for the one to be short. I don't make my pancakes a consistent size, as you can probably see. So if you measured these out like whatever, so they were equal measurements, you probably would have gotten a decent number of pancakes. I think the box said you'd get like 8 servings of a couple, maybe 3 pancakes a piece. I think it was fine. And I think this made a good amount of food. And even my husband, he likes food, and he ate one of these containers and he said that was a good amount of food. It was nice and filling. He wasn't a big fan of the pancakes either. But I told him, I said I really had nothing to do with those because it was just out of a box. Other than that, he said that the egg bake, that's what I was calling it. I don't know why I didn't bake it, but the egg mixture was good. And he liked the combo of the two. He just would have liked different pancakes. All right, I'm really realizing as I do these voiceovers that I talk way too much. So I'll wrap this up. This was 5 items from Dollar Tree. It was a little over $6. I got 6 servings out of this, and it was a pretty decent meal. So let me know what you guys think. I think the only change that I would make to this, other than just buying a different type of pancake, would be to put more eggs in. I think if it had the 12 eggs instead of 6, it would have had more of like a scrambled egg texture and not so much like a potato-y texture. But it was good, and I would make it again. So that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.